Hello, good evening students. This is the next video. In the first video, we have discussed about the mathematical tools, trigonometry, right? I've discussed about like angle concept we have studied, then conversion of angle units, degree into radian, radian to degree, these things we have studied, okay? Then we studied about coordinate concept, and I have told you like this is the end of the topic trigonometry, right? I skip a small topic there, which is actually not a mathematics, it's just an IQ. Okay, that part is here. So let's continue from here, from the trigonometry. Okay, wherever you are end in a notebook, from there continue writing from here. Okay, now see, the topic is value of trigono ratios with multiples of pi and pi by 2. This is small basics to identify any multiples of pi and pi by 2. Okay, like for example, we need sine 100 pi. How to get? Sine 2000 pi. Okay, sine 1 lakh pi. Okay, these things you need to understand. Okay, so see, first sine, S-I-N-E, sine, that is sine theta. I am talking about sine theta. Here we have 0 degree, okay, or 0 radian. Here we have pi radian. Here we have pi by 2 radian. Here we have 3 pi by 2 radian. Now, we know sine 0 is 0. This is 0 radian, this is the value 0. And we know sine pi by 2 is 1. These things you should know. Now what you do, opposite to 0 you write 0, opposite to 1 you write minus 1. Okay, now see, if I want to calculate sine 2000 pi, how to go for it? First you have to see that this is multiple of pi, 2000 pi, this is even pi. So in the previous video we studied even pi lies here in positive x-axis. So what is its value? 0. That means its value is 0. We can directly write. Okay. Similarly, if someone say sine 7 pi by 2, how much is 7 pi by 2? So you have to see 7 pi by 2 lies where. So you rotate 0 pi by 2. In the previous video, go to the previous video, you will understand multiples of pi by 2. Rotation with a multiple of pi by 2. 0, 1 pi by 2, 2 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 4 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 6 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2. So 7 pi by 2 lies there. What is the value? Minus 1. So its value is minus 1. You understand? Similarly, if someone say, what is sine 99 pi? So 99 pi is odd pi lies here. So what is its value? 0. So its value is 0. Okay, same goes for cos also. X-axis, Y-axis. Okay, here we have 0 radian, here we have pi by 2 radian, here we have pi radian, here we have 3 pi by 2 radian. So cos theta, theta is 0. Cos 0 is 1, write down, which you know. Cos 90 is 0, write down. Now, opposite to 1, put a minus 1. Opposite to 0, put a 0. Okay, class? Now, same question. For example, cos 199 pi. So, what is 199 pi? 199 pi lies in negative x-axis. Why it is odd pi? Odd pi lies in negative x-axis. So, what is value? Minus 1. So, its value is minus 1. We got in the idea class. Similarly, cos 2 pi or not 2 pi, 8 pi. So 8 pi is even pi. Even pi lies here. Positive x-axis. What is this value? 1. So these are small things which will be needed in physics when you start solving it. Okay. So you need to learn these things. Okay. Similarly, tan. This is 0 radian. This is pi by 2 radian. This is pi radian. This is 3 pi by 2 radian. Tan 0 is 0. Opposite you write down 0. Tan 90 is infinity, opposite you write minus infinity. Now, if someone say you, what is tan 7 pi by 2? Okay, 7 pi by 2. Again, see where this 7 pi by 2 lies. So you have to rotate with a multiple of pi by 2. 0, 1 pi by 2, 2 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 4 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 6, 7 pi by 2. That is minus infinity. Now, mathematically, infinity is written like this, minus 1 by 0. Infinity, we don't write infinity, we write 1 by 0. This is a new thing you are learning, okay, for class level. Infinity is 1 by 0. Okay, similarly, if someone says, what is sine 9 pi, tan 9 pi. So tan 9 pi is odd pi lies here. Okay, class, odd pi, what is value? 0. So its value is 0. Okay, now, under mathematical tools, we will go for the next topic. The next topic is slope of a line, denoted by m, small m for mango, that m. Okay, now first way to find what is slope. What is basic definition of slope? Slope is m equals to tangent of the angle made by line with positive x-axis. तो स्लोप किसका निकलता है? स्लोप लाइन का निकलता है और किसी चीज का नहीं निकलता है, ठीक है ना? स्लोप ऑलवेज लाइन का निकलता है. वी स्टडी समटाइम्स स्लोप ऑफ अ tangent in physics. So it's not actually slope of the tangent, it is actually the line which is the tangent. Since tangent is a line, that means we are finding slope of the line. But since that line is tangent, that's why we name it as slope of the tangent. Okay, so basically slope we get slope for a line. So tangent of the angle made by line with positive x-axis. That means tan theta. Tangent of the angle means tan theta. Where theta is the angle made by line with positive x-axis. Okay, let's take an example. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. This is the line, for example. This is the line L. This line L with x-axis making two angles, theta 1 and theta 2. So this is line L and this is x-axis. How many angles are there? We say 4 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually there are only 2 angles, 1 and 2. These are not special angles, they are just vertically opposite angles. So two lines intersect, they make only 2 angles. Okay, this is again a misconception, it should be clear now. They are not making 4 angles, they are making only 2 angles. The other 2 are just the vertically opposite angles. So now, which is the angle made by positive x-axis? This is towards positive x-axis, this angle is towards positive x-axis. So theta 1, so slope is tan theta 1. And this should be the angle with positive x-axis. Okay. Now, the second way of finding slope. If you know 2 points on the line, this is a line where you know 2 points. You already know the value of the points. x1, y1, x2, y2. Then also you can find the slope by this formula. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. In the numerator you subtract the y coordinate, in the denominator you subtract the x coordinates. Okay. Next, what is the slope of x-axis? These things will be used again and again in physics. X-axis. So this is an x-axis. The x-axis is the line. So I want the slope of that line, which line is itself x-axis. Now, how to find the slope? Tan theta. Theta is the angle made by line with positive x-axis. Line is also this. X-axis is also this only. So what is the angle between these two lines? This is only the line, this is only the x-axis. Angle is 0. So tan 0. What is tan 0? 0. The slope of x-axis is 0. Similarly, what is slope of y-axis? This is y-axis. How much is the angle made by y-axis with positive x-axis? 90 degree. Okay, we need to find the angle made by y-axis with x. So what is the angle? 90 degree. What is slope? Tan 90. We know tan 90 is infinity, but I told you we don't write infinity, we write 1 by 0. Okay, next fifth point. If two lines are perpendicular to each other, then what will happen? The slope of those lines, if you multiply m1 into m2 is minus 1. Okay, these things will be used again. What is m1? Slope of line 1. What is m2? Slope of line 2. Okay, they multiply with minus 1. If two lines are parallel, then the slopes are equal. Is it okay, class? Okay, now we will start differentiation. A small basics we will do in this topic, in this video. Okay, let's go. Okay, now see here, we will start a different world of mathematics now. This topic comes under subject mathematics, but these things have been discovered to study physics by Newtons. Okay, calculus, we name it as calculus. Okay, a special part of mathematics which is developed to study those systems. Okay, the system can be anything. Like for example, if you go to biology, that system is dividing of cells. Okay, cells dividing to different like multiplying of cells, those things. Okay, in bio, in physics, any system which is continuously changing. For example, a system which is like for example a balloon which is increasing, whose radius is increasing. It is not constant, its radius is increasing. Okay, or water is falling through a pipe. Okay, from a huge tank water is falling down. So what is happening? The volume of the water is continuously decreasing. So any system where the parameters are changing, to study those systems, normal mathematics fail. Okay, that Newton had discovered that the normal mathematics we cannot apply with those systems where the system parameters I mean to say volume, mass, physical quantities related to the system is changing. So to study those systems we need a special mathematics named as calculus. Okay, so it is discovered by Newton to study physics actually, but it is put into the subject maths. So quite interesting. Okay, now calculus are divided into two parts: differential calculus, which we name it as differentiation, and integral calculus, which we name it as integration. So today we will be starting only differential calculus, and it will go for a long period of time, and it's a different world. Try to understand, this is not a normal mathematics. If one thing you misunderstand it, then that one thing will create problem later on. Okay, so be very precise what I'm saying on the board. Okay, try to understand. So let's start the topic: differential calculus, that is differentiation. Okay, how to write? We write like this: d by dx of y. D by dx we write all together, then outside bracket y. The writing method is very important. Okay, how to read it? Differentiation of y with respect to x. That means the denominator we have x, so that is with respect to. So differentiation of y with respect to x. Differentiation of y with respect to x. Okay, this can also be read in a some way, math physics way. Rate of change of y with respect to x. Rate of change of y with respect to x. So whenever we write d by dA, that is differentiation. Okay, then we can change here and we can change here. Okay, now few misconceptions students have. The correct way of writing this differentiation is this: d dx, correct way of writing d dx all together bracket mein y. Now this d dx is actually a single term. Okay, it is not d divided by d into x. D divided by d into x ऐसा नहीं है, ये d dx है, which is considered as a single term. Okay, and we write like this: d dx, differentiation of whatever we are doing, whichever term we need to differentiate, that is here y. We need to differentiate this term, so that we are writing like this: d dx of that term which you need to differentiate. Okay. Now wrong way of writing is that dy by dx. We start writing like this. आप थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाता है ना जब हम लोग, तो जैसे हम लोग ने पढ़ा था ना a, बचपन में हमने पढ़ा था a ऐसा होता है, फिर थोड़े बड़े हो गए हमने स्टाइल मारने लगा, ऐसे लिखने लगे, ऐसे लिखने लगे. So but this is also appreciable, this is also correct. We consider this is a, we consider this is a. Similarly, in that fashion only, the actual way of writing is this. But after some time when we grow up, we start writing dy by dx. So this is a wrong way but appreciable. That's how we written. So you can write like this also, but it's okay. Okay, but you should know that this is the wrong way, this is the proper way. But we write like this also. Okay? Now see. Similarly, if I write like this: d dt of x, d by dt of x, that means what? We can write like this: dx by dt. Now तो समझ गया ना, मैं सीख गया, मैं बड़ा हो गया अभी, मैं सीख गया, इसको ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ, है ना क्लास? Okay, so how to read this? Differentiation of x with respect to t. So whatever we have the denominator, that is with respect to. Okay, clear? Now whenever you do differentiation, you have to be very precise in understanding the variable and constant. We need to identify, we need to understand how to identify. That is called identification of variable and constant. From the term like here, whatever is written in that, what is the variable and what is the constant. If you fail to understand that part, then physics is a wonder of the world for you. Okay, now see here. If we write like this: ddx of something, we have something here. So with respect to x, we are differentiating. With respect to whatever we have here in the denominator, that we say with respect to, right? So with respect to x, we are differentiating. That means x is variable. So here, wherever we have x terms, that is a variable. Other than x terms, rest are constant. Similarly, if I write ddt of something, so we are differentiating with respect to t here. Okay? That means whatever we have here in this, the t is a variable. Rest, if you see any other term, that is a constant. Okay? Now this is very easy. You find it very easy, right? But it's not that much easy. Let's take an example. Example: understanding the concept of variable and constant. Okay? Now, I'm saying first example, y equals to x square plus 2. Okay? Now before that, let's go to this part. Okay, you will write in a notebook like this, and beside that you will write this, and beside this you don't write this. Below this in a notebook you will write this. Okay? The notebook will go like this. Okay, you're writing this thing in a notebook. Beside this in a notebook you write this, but this will be below. Okay, that much understanding you have, I think so. Now mathematics, in physics, now we come across this f of x, f of t. You have to be very clearly, like the things, the picture should be very crystal clear. What is f of x? Matlab in desi way, in a normal language, what is f of x? What is x? X and f of x का मतलब क्या होता है? If I say f of x, so if you go to mathematics, we say function of x. Hardly mathematics, forget about mathematics. In simple way, terms in form of x. Whatever if I have some terms written, some expression written in terms of x, then we say it is f of x. Similarly, f of t means what? Terms in form of t. For example, sin x. Here we have one term which has x. That means it is f of x. Something in form of x. Okay, x square plus 2 sin x. Again, this is something in terms of x in form of x written. So it is f of x. Similarly, t square plus 2t. Again, this is what? Something in terms of t. So this is f of t. Or sin t. Something in terms of t. This is f of t. Clear class? So you understand f of x. So when we write f of x, that means I am writing, that means I mean to say something is written in terms of x. But if you write only x, that means it is only x only. There is nothing special inside. But if you write f of x, that means it can be x plus 2, x square plus 2, like this. Okay? Now see here. We have y equals to x square plus 2. Can I say y is f of x? Can we consider this as f of x? Yes, we can, right? Now, if we have dy by dx, in dy by dx, that means what? Differentiation of y with respect to x. Now, we need to identify whether which is a variable, which is a constant. From this concept, what we understand, whatever we have in the denominator, that is a variable. So, what we have in the denominator? X, that means x is variable here. X is variable in this condition. dy by dx. Okay, x is now. What mistake you will do? Form sir ने तो बोला था नीचे वाला देखना है. That is x is variable. Other than x, whatever we have, that is a constant. That is y is a constant. Okay, now see. Y itself depend on x. In the expression of y, we have x. Na? So if x is variable, that means x values are changing. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I put those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, y also will get different values. Na? So in these cases, y is also a variable. So it's not so easy. Directly we cannot say. Okay, we have to see. So from this, dy by dx, from this, since in the denominator we have x, that means x is variable. That is clear. Now you check whether this numerator depends on that value or not. So numerator depends on x, that means y is also variable. Understand? But in this case, see, y equals to c square plus 2. Okay. So if I write like this, in dy by dx, in. Okay, this is an example. So we have written dy by dx. So we have written x in the denominator. That means x is a variable. Okay. But what happened to y? So y is not depending on x. See, y is not depending on x. Y is a constant here. Because x is variable, but y is not depending on x. There is no x in the y expression. That means here y is a constant. Okay. So in physics also you need to think like this. From the differentiation, you will understand what is a variable. But other parameters you have to think whether the other parameters are depending on that numerator or not. If it is depending on the numerator, then the other parameters are also variable. Okay. Now, formulas used in physics. In this topic, there are few formulas which will be used in physics. I have written almost all the formulas here. Okay, it's better if you remember, because in mathematics you need to study again. So better you write it down now only. Okay, mark up now only. So let's talk about the formulas. I'm just reading what is written, how to apply, how to go for it. These things you will come across in the next video. Okay, for the time being, you write down only the formulas. Understand? Only the formulas you have to write. Now see, ddx of x to the power n. ddx bracket x to the power n for net, equals to n x to the power n minus 1, where comma n is constant. Okay, you write only this much so that you don't get any problem. How to apply, later on we will study. Similarly, second, ddx of x equals to 1. ddx of c equals to 0, where c is constant. ddx of k into f of x. So we have x here, f of x, that means this is a variable. K is a constant here. Okay, so k will come out ddx of f of x. So now how to understand these two things? Listen very carefully. Huh? See, ddx of 7 into sin x. Now, ddx of 7, if we have constant alone with the differentiation, there is nothing, no variable here with the constant. There is no variable in multiplication. There is only one constant. They like this. dgx of 7, dgx of constant, dgx of 7. 7 is a constant. So its value becomes 0. But if we have some constant into variable, dgx of 7 into sin x. 7 is a constant into sin x. We have x here. Here also we have x. And then x is variable. From the denominator we understand x is a variable. So this is a variable. So constant into variable. In these cases, the constants come out of the differentiation. See, k is coming out of the differentiation. So 7 will come out of the differentiation. ddx, the rest term, sin x. The rest term, f of x. You understand? Okay. Now, next, ddx of log x. Now you don't worry about what is log and all. You don't get tense. You just remember like this. Log x is 1 by x. We don't need anything extra here. Dgx of e to the power x equals to e to the power x. Now what is this e? This e is a constant. Okay, it is like it's a constant only whose value is approximately 2 point something. Okay, 2.3 approx. Like pi. We write a pi. What is value of pi? 22 by 7. So instead of writing 22 by 7, we write pi. Same. Instead of writing 2.3, we write e. So e is just a constant. Okay. Not any other constant. It's a fixed constant 2.3. Okay. Now similarly, we have one more formula. ddx of a to the power x is a to the power x log a. Now try to understand between these two formulas. Here e is a constant which you know 2.3. This you don't have to use anywhere in whole mathematics. Okay. E is a constant but a fixed value 2.3. Here also a to the power x. Here we have ddx, that means x is variable. Here we have variable x, but a is a constant now. Now here a can be any constant, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, anything. Okay, but here e will be e only because e is a fixed value. You got the idea? Like in this case, see here. Let's take an example. If I write ddx of 7 to the power x. So 7 is not e na. Okay, 7 is a constant. That means this formula belongs to this. But here e will be written as e only in the questions. But here a can take any values. 1, 2, 3. So इसका क्या हो जाएगा? A to the power x log a. Okay. So beside these formulas you can write here so that you don't get confused. So you got the idea? Plus e to the power x is e to the power x, but a to the power x is a to the power x log a. Where a is also a constant, but that value can change. Okay, constant, it can take any constant value. Okay, now let's take this as next one. A ddx of root x is equals to 1 by 2 root x. Okay, now few students think about this formula in a different way. They who bolte hain sir, okay, can be considered as like this: ddx of x to the power half. So we know root x is half. ddx of x to the power half. Now see, ddx of x to the power half goes to this pattern. ddx of x to the power n. N is a constant. ddx x half n. So we can use this formula here. So yes, you can use this formula. You will end up with this formula only. But when you go for typical questions related to differentiation, I name it as chain rule. Okay, then you don't have so much time for root x को ऐसा लिखने का, x to the power half लिख के करोगे. Okay, that will create problem later on. So that's why I have given this formula. ddx of root x equals to 1 by 2 root x. Okay, 1 by denominator में 2 into root x. Okay, now next ddx sin x equals to cos x. ddx bracket cos x equals to minus sin x. Now see here, when you're writing these things in notebook, write exactly what is written out here. Okay, don't write like this. dx इधर cos x हो गया, बस लिख दिया, हो गया, खत्म. This is totally wrong. I told you the right way of writing. Correct way is what? ddx inside bracket में the thing what you need to write. Okay, so don't write halwa type. Okay, exactly the way what I am written here. Similarly, ddx of tan x sec square x. ddx of cosec x minus cosec x into cot x. ddx of sec x into tan x. ddx of cot x minus cosec square x. Okay, you write down these formulas. Okay, plus you understand how to differentiation, a basic concept and different types of formulas. Now let's continue. There are a few more formulas. We will continue the formulas in this videos only. Okay, but in the next videos we'll go for the solving process. Okay, so this was the formula. Now in the formula, please change the numbering. That much IQ you can do. I have added one formula, it is 8. This is what? 9 number. This is 10. This is 11, 12, 13 and 14 number. Okay, these are the total formulas we have to use. Now we have to also understand few properties when we start solving the differentiation. So we need to understand few properties. What the first property say? Okay, the thing what you can see, you don't have to read it like this. You have to read it in a different way. ddx of something plus minus something. That is ddx, उसका bracket में जो समान होगा ना y के जगह में something plus something plus something plus something like this. So whenever we have inside ddx plus form or plus minus form or minus minus form, what is happening? ddx is segregating to each and every term. So ddx of u, whatever sign we have here, write down that sign, ddx of u. So I am segregating the ddx. That is called segregation. Okay, that is ddx multiply हो जाएगा each and every term के साथ. Okay, if it is written in plus or minus form. Understand the first property? Okay, second property, ddx of something into something. Something into something. So what will happen? Something, differentiation of the next part, next something, plus again something, differentiation of something. Then you have differentiated this term. Now you take this term outside and differentiate this term. Okay. Now similarly, differentiation of something by something. So numerator by denominator. So how to read this formula? Differentiation of numerator by denominator is equals to denominator square in the denominator square, denominator differentiation of numerator minus numerator differentiation of denominator. Okay, ddx. Now the question is, what is the speciality about these formulas or these properties? So listen very carefully what I am saying. Here differentiation of something to something. Here also differentiation of something to something. So what is the difference between this and this? यहाँ पे something to something में 7 बाहर आ गया ना, लेकिन यहाँ पे तो नहीं आया. So these two formulas or properties we use when u and v both are variables. Okay, then only we can use this property. Otherwise we don't use this property. We go for the normal differentiation. Okay. Now variables, how to understand? Let's take a small example. Okay, to understand these two properties, you will get a clear picture. See, if I write like this, example for understanding these two, ddx of 7 into sin x. This is one. What will happen? And next is ddx of x into sin x. What will happen? Now this is also something to something. This is also something to something. But if I written ddx, that is x is variable. So here do we have x? No, this is a constant, but this is a variable. So it is not variable into variable, it is constant into variable. But here ddx, that is x is variable. Here we have x, that is this is a variable. Here we have sin x, that is this is also a variable. So here we got variable into variable. So this property will apply only when both are variables. Variable into variable. Okay, how to understand they are variable or not? From here, if it is written ddx, these two things should be written in terms of x. That means they becomes variable. If it is written t, then these two things must be in form of t, then those becomes variable, right? Plus, okay. Now see, so in this we cannot apply this formula. So this is simply constant into variable. So constant will come out ddx of sin x. Now we know what is the formula of ddx of sin x. ddx of sin x, we studied the formula. It becomes cos x. Differentiation over directly ddx of sin x, it becomes cos x, right? But in this case, it is variable into variable, u into v. तो क्या करेंगे? पहला वाला take any one, no issue. You take x also, you can take sin also. Okay, पहला वाला differentiation of दूसरा वाला. Okay, plus दूसरा वाला differentiation of पहला वाला, like this. So now we are bound to use this formula u into v. Why? Because both are variables. Clear class? Okay. Now x, ddx of sin x is what? Cos x, direct formula, plus sin x. Okay. Now see, x के आगे differentiation नहीं है. So x ही लिख रहे हैं. बट sin x के आगे डिफरेंशिएशन है, सो इसका फॉर्मूला लगाना पड़ रहा है। इधर sin x के आगे डिफरेंशिएशन नहीं है, सो sin x मैं sin x ही लिख रहा हूं, ओके, बट x के आगे डिफरेंशिएशन है तो फॉर्मूला लगाना पड़ेगा, ddx of x is 1, so we got there x cos x plus sin x. Okay, similarly let's take one more example, example 1, example 2, example 3. If I write like this, ddx of sin x by x, now this is what, variable by variable, ddx, x is a variable, we have variable here also, we have variable here also, okay, so it is variable by variable, numerator by denominator, so we need to apply this formula, variable by variable. So what we will do, denominator square, denominator is x, denominator square, denominator v, u is sin x, v is x, clear, नीचे v square, x square, यहाँ पे v is what, denominator x, differentiation of ddx of numerator sin x, again minus, अब उल्टा कर दो, sin x, differentiation of numerator. Okay, now let's solve. x के आगे differentiation नहीं है, we don't have any differentiation, so x is remain as x. Now sin x के साथ differentiation है, that means you need to apply the formula. So what is ddx of sin x? Cos x minus minus. Now here sin x के आगे कुछ नहीं है, so sin x will remain as sin x. Okay, ddx of x, differentiation का formula लगाना पड़ेगा because before x we have differentiation ddx. That means we need to apply the formula here. So what is ddx of x? 1 whole divided by x square के आगे कुछ नहीं है. We don't have any differentiation, so x square will remain as x square. So we have x cos x minus sin x whole divided by x square. So that is this answer. Okay. So now what I want from you is that you have to mug up all the formulas before the next video I will send you. Okay. Because the next video will start doing the questions. For doing the questions, every formulas need to be there in your mind on your lips. Okay. You don't start say when we start doing a formula, you don't have time to see the formulas. If you start seeing the formulas while doing the sum, then this is class 11. I told you class 11 and 12 is different from class 10. It's not about one formula, multiple questions. Remember? So here you need to remember all the formulas all together. Don't depend on number of questions to read the formulas, to mark up the formulas. Here the things are doing, we will do the things in a different way. Class 11, then only we can be successful. Okay, class? Thank you very much. Please study nicely.